Welcome to the channel, everyone. Today, working on my 2023 Polaris Ranger 1000 XP. And today what I'm going to do is I'm going to be adding a switch panel, because I'm going to be adding a bunch of lights here shortly. So what I picked up was one of these Auxbeams. It's a controller. If you've never seen one of these before, they're actually pretty neat. Go through what this thing comes with. Here's the switch panel, and you can see there's 8 switches here. You can get a 6 one, I believe a 12 one, and this is actually the basic one. It's blue, and it's got 8 on-off switches. You can get fancier ones. You're gonna pay more. You can get RGBW ones. You can get where they change color, and you can get them where you can change the switches to flash, and you can have them just momentary for like a horn. But this one here is just a standard on-off 8 switch system. So I just want to point that out. Actually a Black Friday deal, so I'm pretty happy with what I paid for this. But anyway, it comes with a switch, comes with a whole bunch of stickers. The stickers go over these right here because these are going to glow blue. So you got the stickers, you put the stickers on, and then there's actually a little red thing that'll come on when you push it and turn it on. And it's got a plug right here. This is going to plug into a plug that goes to the main switch box. There's a little cover here they send. They want this on if you're in rain, snow, or at the beach, it says. So here's the inside of that panel when you pop the cover off. It's got fuses for 8 deals. It's actually, you're going to see there's no like relays here, but they have built-in solid state relays. So this is actually pretty nice, guys. No big bulky relays everywhere. But this is where your wires are going to go to. They got a positive and a negative for 8 lights, or 8 things you're going to run. You can have a positive and a negative, a big cable coming out. This is the plug-in for the actual switch panel. This is the plug-in, I believe, for you need a switched power source to kind of activate this. This will only be on when the switch is on. So if you need something on when your switch is off, this panel isn't going to work for you. It only works when the switch is turned on. But anyway, there you go. You got 2 5s, 2 10s, 2 20s, and 2 30s. But LED lights these days usually don't draw a whole lot. So that's that. So the next up here is a circuit breaker. This is a 60 amp. So this is going to have a positive going through it, and then you go to the switch panel or switch box. So on the reviews, I got to be careful with these terminals here. I guess they break off pretty easily. They can. So I'm going to take it easy on those. You've got this is actually the brackets for the switch panel, so you can kind of mount it however you want. You can mount it flat, you can mount it on this hinge deal. You've got a cable. This is going to plug in, like I said, there's that 4 plug-ins right there. It's not going to focus, but this plugs into that. And then you've got the round connector that plugs into your controller. Okay, so this does not come in the kit. I added this. This is an extra length to add to this. I didn't know if I was going to put this behind the seat or under the rear seat, or I don't know if I'm going to put it under the hood. So I got a little extra length so I have more options. I honestly don't know how long that cable is, but it's pretty long. You get a bag of bolts and screws. You get this is the little harness, the two-prong harness that plugs into here. This is going to grab power. They send 2 fuse taps, one for the mini fuses and one looks like for the regular size fuses. And they also send a little screwdriver. So this is to be able to tap into your fuse box to get that switched power to actually activate the whole switch panel. They send you the big cables that are going to go, could go from your main battery or just a main power source. Also a bunch of zip ties. So here are a couple brackets that are going to help you mount this. They're calling this a switch assembly, the switch box. So them brackets are going to help you mount that somewhere. And oh yeah, you get a little bit of a instruction pamphlet here, kind of explaining everything I just explained, all your parts and stuff. So yeah, that's what you get in the box there. There's the box that this all comes in. So now I just got to figure out where I'm going to put all this stuff. It's just a really neat deal. I mean, you don't have relay harnesses and everything going everywhere. Everything's right here for 8 things that you're gonna power, and it's just all you got to do is run actually what I've done in the past is I've just run a positive out of here and I've grounded the stuff usually to the frame or chassis or whatever. It kind of makes it easier, but you can run positive and negative out to whatever you're doing. And it just really simplifies. The wires actually come out the bottom of this. I think I forgot to mention that. So that's where the wires are going to come out of this switch box. But yeah, I like this. I've got one of these in my truck. I've got one of these in my Ranger 6x6, and I really like them. They actually, I think, are the older design. This is kind of looks like an updated deal. So this one looks like a little newer deal, but yeah, I'm gonna figure out where this goes and start hooking it up, and I can show you, I guess, kind of what I figure out for this. So I got the switch box, or switch assembly they call it, installed. I got it under the hood. I went back and forth under the back seat or under the hood. Under the back seat, there's like no room to secure anything. They've got the battery back there, and then it's the gas tank. You can't put nothing on that really, so decided to go here. So I stuck it up here. I actually used all holes. There's already holes in the plastic, and I run these screws through there. I did have to make a little piece there, extension. I had a piece of plastic, thick piece of plastic. I just made an extension to go to the box, and it's secure. Got the circuit breaker right here, and that's another hole. There's just another hole there, so I screwed it down with a screw, and that's secure there. It's kind of down in there. It can be hard to probably pop this cover off and reset it if it ever pops, but hopefully it never pops. That's a lot of power to set that off, so hopefully we won't have no trouble. But I'm going to run the power out of there. It's going to snake around here somewhere and end up here at the big power deal there. And then there's the ground right there. So I'll do the same thing, snake the ground wire that I got coming out of there. Try to maybe hide it in there and go to this post right here. So that's what I've got so far. I'm going to run the cable for the switch. It'll route into the grommet right here and go under the dash. So one thing I will mention is to get inside the dash here, I haven't actually removed my ride command yet. I've been taking this off, and this is just 2 push pins and this gauge cluster will come up, and I've been grabbing everything and feeding everything through that. So that's really all I've done so far with all my wiring that I've done under the dash. I know eventually I gotta take a look at that ride command, take it out, but yeah, I've just been doing, if you got huge hands, you probably ain't gonna be able to do that because it's pretty tight in this area here to be able to reach this grommet. And then need a switched power source, so I'll probably just grab a switched power source from the bus bar. I actually got one right here that's open. It's from another thing. I'm not using the switched power source, so I'll probably just grab that, and that'll power it when the switch comes on. Yeah, it's I don't really like it right there. I mean, when I wash it, it's going to be sprayed with water, but it's got a cover here, so it should be. I would think it'd be pretty protected. But it looks like everything is in like a gel or something. So hopefully we don't have no trouble. But that's where I've got it now. I've got to get my switch in the cab there. I'll show you where I put that. Okay, so in the cab here, my switch bank here is right underneath the shifter. So I think that's a really good spot. It shouldn't be in my way. It should be, up against the dash enough so it's not getting in the way of my legs or anything. I had to move my flashlight because my flashlight was up there. But yeah, I had to drill a hole up in there too to get my wiring through there. But I think that's a good spot for it. You can see it's right, easy access, and I can see it real well. So that's where I put it in my 1000. Okay, so you can see I've actually got it all hooked up, and I've got 3 lights actually hooked up to it. I've got 3 more wires here that are not hooked up to anything, and actually you can see I've got 6 wires here total. And my dad had this wiring from a trailer project that he had, and you can see that there are 6 wires inside this plastic. They call this a 614 because there's 6 14 gauge wires through this bundle here. So this is what I run. I actually run it down. Actually, I'm not sure where I run. I think I run it over here. I run it down and underneath, and then I went through. I had to take the center consoles out, so I took that out. Center console in the rear. I run that wire down, and it goes right next to the battery underneath the seat. So I've got 6 wires ready to go back there. I've already got, like I said, 3 of them hooked up, and I've got one of them is, you can see here I've got, turn this off maybe. You can see it a little better. There's a little better. One of these is my backup lights. So them are actually the lights that are in my rough country bumper. Those 2 6-inch lights that are in my. And then I've got an arrow here because they really don't have much for side lights showing. But this one here is a side light. I'll show you that in a second. That's my right side. This is my left side. And yeah, so those are the 3 that I have hooked up right now. Don't worry, I have plans for the rest of them. But I'll show you. So the rear lights are these ones right here. And I had them hooked up to my backup, so when I put it in reverse, they turned on. But they're like really bright, like obnoxiously bright. So I've gone and I put the reverse light. That's my reverse light, my tailgate light, and it puts off. It's not like super bright, but it puts off enough light that I can see just fine backing up. If I need extra light, I just push the button. These turn on, and I've got pretty much daylight behind me. So, and then the right and the left side lights are actually right here. And these guys are actually, I spent a little money on these lights. I usually go cheap, and I've never been disappointed going cheap with LED lights. They work for me, and I've not really had hardly any trouble with the cheap lights. So these are actually some Hella LED work lights. You can see by the pattern, they're a floodlight. And what I did is I got some of these clamps. I'll link everything. I got some of these clamps that clamp onto the bar of my bed kit. And then I've got the wire going down. It goes down behind the bed here. Then it goes inside this bed panel, comes out, goes down and back into the Ranger. So I can dump the bed still. There's no wires that are gonna hold me up from dumping the bed. And I actually there's a plug right here, so I can unplug this and pull my bed kit off if I need to. But anyway, these are my left and right kind of floodlights. And actually, I think I need to turn them a little more to the side because they put off a really nice flood light. So what I wanted with these is I wanted to be able to see when I look right and left. I want to be able to see the side. So here's my other side right here, basically the same thing. And they're pretty nice lights, guys. I mean, like I said, I spent some money on them, and I guess we'll see if there's a real difference in the light quality, I guess. Okay, I'm going to turn some of them lights on for you in a second here, but I just wanted to show you one more feature here. Say I have these two lights are on, right? And I want to just quickly shut them off. You can hit that on-off button in the middle. Boom, and it shuts them off. And then if you hit the button again, boom, it remembers which ones are on and which ones are off. So you can do a quick on and off and then turn them back on. And it remembers that, which is kind of neat little feature. But anyway, I'll turn my driver's side light on, this Hella floodlight. And yeah, you ain't gonna be able to see it from there, and that's gonna shoot off to the side. I thought maybe it might bother me in my mirror, but so far it hasn't. So yeah, it's some good side light. Haven't really been able to do too much night driving with it, but I gotta get out and do some more. But I can turn that off, turn my backup lights on, and that's these backup lights right here. You can see them are on now. And like I said, if I need more reverse light, it's just a push button away instead of them being on all the time. And then actually, if you shut the switch off, it'll shut everything off. So then if you turn it back on, it won't turn everything back on. But if you just shut everything off, it automatically shuts all your lights off, which is kind of nice, I guess. You ain't got to remember to shut everything off. Just shut the switch off. So I guess it's pretty much the install, guys. Hopefully, I know I did a lot of talking here, but to explain this wiring stuff, that's kind of what it takes. So I guess, guys, that's going to do it for this one. Hopefully this will help some people out if they're doing something similar with one of those big switch panels. It's really the way to go. If you run in a bunch of lights, it's really the way to go with these. Really helps clean everything up, all your wiring. But anyway, guys, like I said, this is it for me on this one. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you.